Hi, I'm Louise Tallintyre from the Pure Feed Company.
And I'm Robert Fowler.
Robert, tell everybody a little bit about the background.
Well, the Pure Feed Company was really born from Louise wanting the best way to feed her horses that she had at her stud in Somerset. About 6 years ago, I think I had a phone call from her asking me to come in and have a look at some diets she wanted to design. Mm-hmm. I did. I thought she was completely mad. She wanted to have a feed range without molasses and without grain. I thought I'd give it a go. She was going to pay me anyway, so what's the matter?
I was just ahead of my time. What can I say? And from there onwards, Robert designed a fabulous range of feeds for all our horses that we use at home. And really, the whole thinking behind it was a very pure, very natural feed. No unnecessary additives, very, very low in starch, very, very low in sugar, and basically designed to suit exactly how the horse was evolved to eat. Tell us about that, Robert.
Well, I designed these feeds for Lou and her stud. About 3 months later, she rang me up on the phone. She really couldn't understand how well all her horses were looking. I tell it was all my genius, but... So from there, really, we decided we had something, and we'd obviously designed this feed between us that really does suit the horse and suits how the horse has evolved to eat. Not only from the natural point of view, but really it tends to be able to fuel the horse so well and feed a whole vast range of horses on it.
From a practical side of things, I actually started with the feed, mixing it myself in a little 20-kilo cement mixer. Do you remember that?
We do, yeah.
And my partner, John, came up to see me one day in the barn, 10 o'clock at night, saying, where are you? Where's my dinner, basically? And there I was, mixing up still loads and loads of feed. And he said, what are you doing? How come, surely our horses can't be eating this much feed. And what he didn't realise was I was already selling it to clients when they were taking their horses home back from training. And he said, this is just ridiculous. We're going to have to take this further. And then so I contacted Robert, and that's how we are where we are today.
But the fact that the feed was made for Lou and not really as a commercial venture right from the start was great, because we made the feed without compromise, without thinking we've got to sell this at some stage, and so we can't really put that in. We could just actually look at the horse and what the horse needed and put everything into our feed bags that way, right from the start. Well, the core philosophy behind the Pure Feed Company is simple. A horse has evolved to eat a high fibre diet, relatively low in starch, or very low in starch, low in sugar. We put the horse in touch with the feed that he's meant to eat, and the results have shown that they're happy. We have horses competing at the very highest level. We have family ponies fed our feeds. It's an incredible journey, really, we've had to get here, and I think a lot of horses are thanking us for it.
Essentially, it's all about doing the right thing for the horse.
It differs to other products because I think initially I was allowed to design the feed without any compromise, without a commercial bias on the feed from day one. It was merely Louise had a nutritional problem she wanted to solve. We solved it without any worry about cost, really. Obviously there was a cost because she wanted a cost-efficient feed, but by making a really quality product to begin with, you save money through not having to feed so much, not having to mix feed, having someone mix 50 feeds and take all afternoon over it. And so our ethos is really feed the horse what it's evolved to eat and keep it simple. We only have a very small range, and we found that we can feed a whole range of horses from that. As far as ingredients, Lou, you were very specific right from the start of what you didn't want in the feed and what you did want in the feed. So tell us what we have in our feed.
Definitely, I knew that I didn't want molasses. I didn't want high levels of starch. Certainly for the horses that we have at home, they don't need high levels of starch. I just wanted a really natural, calm energy from natural sugars found in grass anyway, and also nice quality oils that they can store, good sort of sustainable energy rather than this high blast of
quick
energy that you have to burn off before you get to the sensible stuff.
So we base the products on grass, the thing that horses evolved to eat. We balance that with vitamins and minerals, and to increase the energy supply, we used oils of various sorts of oils. So our feeds are very, very straightforward, very simple feeds, but time to time we've proved they work. Well, we're currently feeding everything from 30-year-old Shetland ponies right through to horses that compete at badminton. We feed race horses, and we feed everything in between. Most horses, or all horses, are the same. They've all evolved the same. Our feed suits them all. Our range is a very simple range. Basically, we have at one end our feed balancer, which would supply the horse with all the vitamins and minerals he requires. Moving on up, we then basically move up in energy, so our feeds will then suit the energy that your horse requires. So the next up from the balance would be the easy, which is for horses that are doing a little bit of work, maybe the odd hacking, maybe slightly older horses that need that bit more energy to keep the condition on. We then go up to the working, which is, again, obviously higher in energy. The racing is our highest energy feed in that range, and we do actually put a few oats in there to increase to have the dual fuel from the starch and the oil.
Works exceptionally
well. It works really well. The racing, although it's sort of a racing feed, it also suits obviously event horses and competition horses. Again, the next energy level up would be the condition, which is super high, very, very high in energy and very calorie dense, along with vitamins and minerals. And then we have the stud product, which is slightly lower in energy, but obviously higher in protein for the production of working stallions and mares and young stock. So there we are, 5 products we can feed most horses.